Well, hello there, Scorpio. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing a little bit of a special reading, celebrating that February is the month of love. We are going to see what a love gift the universe is going to bestow on you so that you know how much you are truly cherished by your angels and guides. So we'll take a look first at what blessing is coming onto your path, and then we'll go to the tarot to see how you can bring this blessing in more quickly and how it will impact your life. Okay, so let's take a look first at the blessing. What blessing is headed your way? Whoa, magnetism. I attract and magnetize to me all that I need to get what I want. So this is the energy of being the magician right now, right? Of being able to attract in anything. Okay, whether that is a relationship, a situation, a job, financial stability, whatever it is that you are wanting in your life, you have the ability to manifest it right now. It's like you're a walking magnet. You are attracting in everything that you are truly wanting. So when we're magnifying, when we are manifesting, okay, we do want to make sure, look at this, rainbow blessings, my goodness. Scorpio, get ready. This is tremendous energy. When we are manifesting, it really is important to make sure that you stay positive and hopeful and just know in your heart that what it is that you are wanting is going to come into fruition for you. What a beautiful energy. And then you have Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. I mean, it's just this energy, right? You have distant thunder underneath here, okay? But this is the energy of clearing out any negative energy, right? Knowing, okay, I'm going to get in this very loving energy because I know I am attracting in exactly what it is that I'm wanting. Here it comes. The rainbow blessings are everything that you are truly wanting in your life. Beautiful. It's just like an energy of, just walking down the street and everything is going your way, right? You go to work and everything just goes perfectly, right? You go home and everybody's happy to see you. It's just the energy of everything going your way, of just having like the best, not only the best day of your life, it's kind of like days of your life. An energy of just knowing that things are on your side. Yes, this is beautiful. It's really, look at this, and then you have going the distance, right? It's not something that comes in and then leaves. This is, it really is something that's coming in and staying. And I feel like right now you have the unfinished symphony, the energy of feeling like something isn't finished, right? That could be the distant thunder. What are you still needing to clear out in order to attract in what it is that you're wanting? Okay, so one of the things is that when we're trying to attract something in, something new, we have to make sure we have space for it, right? We have to create a void. We have to clear space for something new to come in, whether that is literally physical space in our home or space in our schedules so that we can attract a new person in that can help to fill that void of time, right? Or it can be space in our head in order to shift our energy, to see the world in a much more loving way, to allow ourselves to let go of the negative energy. And this is something I feel like, yes, there's a burden here that you are having to drop. I feel like it's the burden of feeling like you have to be courageous. Interesting. It's a little bit of that, like that song, Smile Though Your Heart Is Breaking, right? It's a little bit of allowing yourself to understand that you're carrying some burden here that is taking up space for something that is so much better. You're holding on to this. I feel like it's a little bit about recognizing that I feel like you're ready to drop this burden, whatever it is, but I think that there's a mindset around it. So it could be, you've stepped away from a relationship, or you, or a job, or something maybe has ended, or you're understanding that you need to end something, but there's a mental burden with this. there's kind of like a sense of not allowing yourself to see how ending something is really so interesting. I was reading the other day, and it really it kind of really hit me. So you have a caterpillar that goes into the cocoon and metamorphoses into a butterfly, right? And it was talking about how the butterfly can still remember being a caterpillar, right? So it's kind of like the butterfly can remember being a caterpillar and perhaps misses parts of being a caterpillar, of being able to go all day and just eat. That's all caterpillars seem to do, right? Just eat all day long, right? But it's about understanding that when we continue to long for the things that we miss about a previous chapter in our life, a previous relationship or job or lifestyle or whatever it is, right? That we're not enjoying being the butterfly and the things that we can do as a butterfly that we couldn't do as a caterpillar. The caterpillar doesn't really recognize that it's going to become a butterfly. So the caterpillar is more in the energy of being present, of just being a caterpillar and going along and enjoying eating leaves all day long, right? And then when you become a butterfly, it's kind of like you can still remember being a caterpillar, but it is about allowing yourself to enjoy being the butterfly and enjoy all of the new things that being a butterfly offers. So there's almost like this energy where I feel like you have left one chapter of your life, whether that is a relationship, a job, a mindset, it doesn't matter, especially with Pluto moving into Aquarius a couple of weeks ago, right? So you've left one chapter of your life and you're in a new chapter. So you've left the caterpillar stage and you're in the butterfly stage. You're not even in the cocoon. You're definitely the butterfly, Scorpio, okay? But it's kind of like you're still holding on a little bit to something that you had as a caterpillar that you're kind of missing, right? And that could be, it's kind of like perhaps you moved to a new city and you have new friends in your new city, but you still miss some of your old friends in your past city, right? Or you it's kind of like you could have been in college, that could have been your caterpillar, and now you're out in the real world and you're kind of longing, okay, for those more carefree college days or something like that. And now you're an adult and you're working 40 hours a week and maybe you're married and have kids and a mortgage and all of that, and you're kind of like, wow, I wish I could go back to being a caterpillar and being more carefree. But it's also understanding, right, that when we look back, sometimes we can look back at the sweet things of a past chapter in our life, but it's also understanding that there are new sweet things in the new chapter, and it's about focusing on that. Yeah, I feel like there's something here that you're kind of longing for that was in the past, right? And there's also this energy of kind of feeling like you have to be strong, like you can't allow yourself to kind of admit it. It's a kind of a strange energy. Cancer had a little bit of the same thing about showing a strong face, right? Of stepping into this strong energy, of not allowing your feelings about what you're missing or it could be the opposite, something that you're not missing, right? But it's kind of like being real with yourself about how you're feeling about a situation and just recognizing the emotions. It doesn't mean you have to act on the emotions. It's about recognizing the emotions, allowing yourself to let the emotions flow so that you're recognizing them. When we recognize, that's all our emotions want. We don't have to act on our emotions. Emotions come and go, but it's just recognizing them, being able to label them, right? To give them a name, to allow ourselves to validate our own emotions. Okay, so let's take a look at your present energy. Yes, you're wanting to bring balance into a situation that I feel, with the unfinished symphony, I think that this is something that you're not allowing yourself to close out. It's kind of like, oh, this is so interesting. It's kind of like, I feel like there's something here where you have left a relationship, a job, a chapter in your life. You left it. That is for sure. It's over. Okay. But it's kind of like that person, that job may not be in your life anymore, but you're carrying forward some of the emotions around it. It's about being honest with yourself. It's kind of like, say you got laid off from a job and you have a new job and it's a great job, but you're still holding out some type of resentment or feelings around being laid off. And 100 people could have been laid off on the same day at the same company, right? But you're harboring, there's something that you are harboring from this past. It's about being truthful with yourself because it's preventing you from moving forward. And here's the thing, is that you're magnetizing new things to come in, but you're needing to clear out some emotions or some sentiment around something that has ended. It's kind of like you want your old boss to call you up and say, oh, Scorpio, worst thing I ever did was to lay you off. I haven't, nobody can take your place. It's a little bit of that type of energy where you want somebody to recognize, okay? Recognize maybe how they hurt your feelings or how the situation hurt your feelings. But once again, you've moved on. It's kind of like, but you're still harboring space. And that's what the universe is saying here. It's kind of like, Scorpio, clean that out. Take a look at it. Be honest with yourself. Clean it out. Clear it out. Clear the air, right? Clear the air in your head. Let that emotion go so that something even better can come in. Okay, so let's take a look at, you have this, your obstacle. You have new people, new situations coming onto your path. You have a new job. You have a new relationship, a new city, whatever it is. But it's almost like you're fearful. Where is this going to go? It's so much easier for our ego to kind of like land on what it is that we're wanting balance in, right? It's so much easier for us to keep thinking about that, wondering when is that going to be equalized? Well, guess what? The universe wants to equalize it, okay? Karma is on your side in this situation. Whatever occurred in the past, that was a burden to you, right? But you have to allow yourself to detach from the emotions around that so that something better can come in. When we create that void, the universe does not like voids. It will bring in something that's better than what left. But you first have to make energetic room for it. You have to allow yourself to do that. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. So you have the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and then the Three of Swords. This is what is the pain, okay? Associated. So King of Pentacles, it can be father energy, boss energy. It could be a business that you even created or something. But you're understanding that you didn't get what you really and truly wanted out of this. This is Nine of Cups is a sense of fulfillment, okay? A sense of, it's not just about the money or something, it's a sense of love. So, you could have even had a relationship with somebody, right? And they could have been very generous with their money, but they weren't generous with their love, right? They were emotionally detached. And it's almost as if you're kind of like allowing the pain of that, right? Allowing the pain of that to continue. So it's kind of like, as long as you do that, it's almost like you have to allow yourself to say how painful that situation is. Once again, I feel like you're putting on a smile, right? You're pretending this situation doesn't really break your heart. We do it all the time. We don't want that person to know how upset we are, so we don't share how we feel with that person, right? We just continue putting a smile on and pretending that everything's okay when it really down deep inside is not. And that is what I feel like is the thing, is that you're recognizing, in order to bring in my rainbow blessings and this beautiful love, unconditional love. Unconditional love for myself, unconditional love for another person or a situation, a sense of fulfillment in my job, whatever it is. In order to bring that in, I first have to recognize how painful this situation was, and either allow myself to speak that to another person if this person's still in your life, or to allow yourself to journal about it, give it up to the universe. Clear it out of your mindset, but you first have to recognize it. You have to first be honest with yourself. Okay, so let's take a look at your advice. Yes, you have the loving energy here, but then you have the King of Swords. Very much divine masculine energy is overruling the loving energy in a certain situation. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, but it doesn't have to be one of those signs, but it's somebody that is very critical, over-analyzing, right? Judgmental sometimes. The King of Swords can be very judgmental. You know, it's kind of black and white. It's this way or that way, right or wrong. So it's somebody that doesn't understand, right? Analyzes a situation instead of allowing the love to flow in a situation. Doesn't enjoy the present moment. There is something about enjoying being a butterfly, right? Coming back to the butterfly, that is being still critical of. I feel like you have moved on to the butterfly, and yet at the same time, this person doesn't realize. This could be somebody that was in your life when you were a caterpillar and is still in your life, right? But doesn't recognize how much you have transformed. Wow. So it's understanding, okay, I can't allow myself. It's kind of like, I feel like you're being asked to clear that out though. Understanding that maybe you have to have a conversation with that person, or, you know, we all have that, you know, when we distance ourselves from a person or a situation in our life. And a lot of times this is with family, right? And then you go back home for the holidays or something and you have changed, right? It's kind of like when you were in college or something like that, and you would go home for Thanksgiving or the holidays or something, and then you're an adult, and yet you're still being asked to sit at the kids' table. That is the energy of not understanding, having somebody that's not understanding that you're a butterfly. And I feel like, therefore, you're kind of like, part of the problem is that you're resorting back to your caterpillar days. Even perhaps some of those characteristics that you had as a caterpillar that you have moved on from, but maybe when you're around this person or this situation, you revert, right? It could be a bad habit. It could be a situation like that where you're understanding, you're seeing your own transformation, but I feel like this person could be somebody that puts you back in that. Yeah, you have the Queen of Wands, the Three of Cups, High Priestess. Very much being very intuitive here. I think you're really intuitive, but there is something here to celebrate. It's allowing yourself. 10 of Cups. Look at this. I feel like you're being asked to really kind of like allow yourself to defend what it is that you truly want for yourself. And not allow yourself to feel as if you have to resort, like you have to go back. There's something about the caterpillar days. If you're in the energy of truly seeing yourself for who you are and embracing it, but also perhaps embracing the fact that somebody else in your life or a group of people don't also see how you have transformed, right? It's about allowing yourself to step into being confident in who you are and not allowing for, what is it from Dirty Dancing, putting baby in the corner, right? It's kind of like, yes, I'm no longer in the corner. I have allowed myself to step into this energy of being who I am and being confident in who I am. and knowing, that I have that confidence. For some of you, it could be even with the Three of Cups. This could be people that maybe are still in your life, but maybe, once again, it's kind of like that college, like you get back together and it's back into the college days of drinking and partying and that type of thing. But you're understanding, well, wait a minute, I've transformed. I'm no longer this, right? I'm the Queen of Wands. I have my act together, right? I've put my life together. I am the butterfly now. I'm no longer back in the caterpillar days. But understanding that this person may still feel as if, like when you get together with this person, it could be a college friend or something like that, that you reminisce, you go back to those days. But you're kind of like understanding, I'm so far beyond that, right? It's kind of like, okay, it's fun to reminisce, but also kind of like distancing yourself from someone that doesn't see you as the Queen of Wands now, sees you more as the caterpillar, right? It's kind of an interesting energy. If you have a lot of Cancer in your chart, you may want to go take a look at that one. It's very similar to this. Asking yourself, I think the key here is to ask yourself, what is it? How are you feeling about the situation? Because I feel like you're almost like focusing on how the other person is treating you, right? But it's about you stepping into the energy of how do you feel about it? What feelings are coming up for you? Not based on the other person, but on yourself. Wow, really interesting energy. Deep, Scorpio. You are a deep sign. Okay, so let's pull a soul truth card here for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I consistently showing up? Yeah, I feel like that's part of the problem. I think there's somebody in your life that keeps reverting you back to the caterpillar days, right? And you are truly the Queen of Wands, right? You truly become the butterfly, but there's like somebody from your caterpillar days that is still in the mix and pulls you back into that. And for a little bit, it feels good, right? There's something there. It's nostalgic. You're kind of like, oh yeah, I miss those days. But what you're not understanding is that is preventing, when you keep yourself in that energy, right? You're preventing yourself from being consistently the Queen of Wands, of stepping into your power, your confidence, your ability to create. And that is exactly what you're doing. Your blessing is the magnetism. It's kind of like, what do you want to attract? Do you want to attract more of your caterpillar days or more of your Queen of Wands days? And allowing yourself to create the void, and not allowing yourself to flip-flop between the two. Interesting. All right, so it says, some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. It's much easier to stay the caterpillar. Let's be honest, right? The caterpillar's job is really to walk around and eat all day. That's all the caterpillar really does. And the butterfly, okay, is a beautiful creature, right? But you have had the metamorphosis. You have transitioned into the butterfly. It is time for you to allow yourself to be confident and fly as the butterfly, and not allow the caterpillar energy to keep pulling you back into old patterns of behavior or thinking or whatever. It's kind of like, no. When that flares up, it's kind of like, no, I'm moving through that. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to allow myself to disconnect from that. Have conversations with people if you need to or whatever, but it's kind of like, I have to disconnect from that so that I can truly step into my butterfly energy. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light. I truly love you, and I appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.